Hello, this is Henry Kramer, 605 Chaser. Going to wait for a few moments here to see if we get some connections. That'll be just one moment. You can certainly feel free to comment. Um, I'll get to the comments as best as I possibly can. Be one moment here. There we go. All right, just needed to make sure that we are broadcasting. Right now, you're looking at a weather model that we've been trying to keep a close eye at. This is the NAM NST. This is a medium range model, weather model. What we want to do at this point in time is I'm going to put it into motion here. I just got to make sure that people are actually. There we go. Now they're getting the notifications, it looks like. So, all right. So what I want to do, without further ado, is I want to go over some of these different weather models here. First, I'm going to go over the GFS model. This is a long-range model. And what I want to show here is what we're expecting. Let me get the banner off of here for a second. That way you can see the full view. What you're going to see as we move across here is the GFS models showing March 2nd right here around 9Z. So that'd be like 3 o'clock in the morning. So as we progress, this was updated. Looks like last update for this was at 6Z, which would have been about midnight. Midnight this morning, basically. So this is going to show our winter pattern of what we're expecting here. I'm going to put into motion the total snow accumulation model. Again, this is just one model. Thank you all for joining me. And I'm going to make sure that I can comment if you guys are out there. So hang on one moment. There we go. That way I can see the comments come in. Hi, Casey. Thanks for joining. All right, so let's take a look here and see what we expect. As you can see, as we put this into motion, this is a 10-to-1 ratio for snow accumulations. This would be, between now and Thursday, so March 3rd. And then if we continue to progress that along, we're looking, not a whole lot until we go into, here's Saturday, 21Z, Saturday, March 5th. Not a whole lot of snow, right? That's one model. But then look at that as we go into Sunday, early morning hours. Right here, they are expecting 8 inches. Now let's take a look at another quick model here. This same time frame, this is the European model, is expecting about 2 inches of snow in the Sioux Falls area, and then more of the larger amounts of snow are expected over to the west side of the state, and then Huron, and of course west of the Brookings area. That would be probably the most probable, for this particular scenario. But unfortunately, with the NAM right now, it's going through an update. It's about 96% updated. So what we're going to do is we're going to put that into motion here. This is March 2nd, of course, today, and then going through just Friday. It only goes up through Friday, March 4th. So that still ends up putting the same type of scenario. But one thing that I wanted to kind of point out is if we take a look at the snow models, all of them together here, Let's just take a quick peek at that. Hi, Kim. Thanks for joining and watching. This brings us through March 6th. So let me show you kind of what I'm looking at. These are different ensembles that will show you kind of a trend. So as you can kind of see, we've got one here that's kind of saying the west, 2, 3, 4. Most of these are showing the larger portions. They're starting to become more agreement that the western half of the state is going to see the majority of the snowfall. If we put the mean snow accumulation into motion here, this would be basically the overall expectation of where the snow is going to drop. Okay. And then if we take a look at precip wise, I want to take a look now back at the GFS. Again, this is just one model, but I do want to take a look at the freezing rain accumulation, because that's my concern right now, is the freezing rain. Okay, if we look at just this one model, here's March 3rd. Okay, we're starting to see some icing. This is probably going to happen overnight in those areas, and then as we progress into Saturday, a majority of that icing is over in the Wisconsin area, eastern part of Minnesota, but there is some real concern depending on where the low pressure ends up, that we could be seeing something a little bit different. So let me take a look at that real quick for you. Let's take a look at this model here, and this is kind of something that I can put into motion a little bit differently here. 1 second. All right, so this is going to show where the low pressure is. This would be about 6 o'clock this morning, would be where it was. And then if we move a little bit further, make sure that I've got both of those. I don't need both of them up. All right, so then we see this is about 18 hours out, which if I zoom out here, I can verify that was, this would be about noontime. This would be about noontime today, where everything is setting up. And then as you can see, the cold front here, the blue. And then if we continue to progress along, it's about 24 hours, which would be basically overnight tomorrow. We can see another system coming in, and that would be your Thursday. And if we take a look here, we're going to start seeing the precursor over in Wyoming of that low pressure system that's going to help us for Friday and Saturday. Here it comes. And there it is, right over by Colorado, still over low pressure over by Wyoming, low pressure northeastern part of Colorado. And then if we take a little bit further, here is where we end up on Saturday. We've got the dash is here over Minnesota. That is a shortwave trough. And then we have the warm front, which is the red circles with the lines, if you will, here. And then that's showing the moisture coming up. A bigger, broader perspective, hi Carrie, bigger, broader perspective would be taking a look at Kansas. We have this dry line that's, if you look at to the left of Kansas, the word Kansas, where the pressure is 1,004 millibars, you're going to see a dry line and a cold front, as well as this low pressure with the warm front here. So you're going to see all that moisture feeding in from the Gulf, kicking up a lot of storms that are anticipated to happen south of us. There's even talk of some areas of Iowa could be Carrie, I'd love to tell you that there's not going to be any snow. Unfortunately, northern part of South Dakota is expecting some snow. Um, but, you know, it's not going to be a huge, huge amount. That's the one plus at this point. Things could change quite a bit. Again, as a lot of people have been saying, it depends on where this low pressure system drops itself. If it ends up going a little bit farther north, then of course we could end up having much higher accumulations of snow in Sioux Falls versus more of the rain, snow, wintry mix. So that remains to be seen, and I'll continue to do an update here um, as we get a little bit closer to the storm. One thing that I wanted to take a look at, though, is I wanted to take a look at what the Winter Weather Prediction Center is actually saying. So I'm going to shut this one off here, and then let me put this here. And let's take a look and see more so of what they're anticipating. If we go to, you know, this view is showing Thursday. We're looking at 20% chance of greater than 1 inch. Okay. For areas that are over by Watertown, if we put this here, that'll actually show us. There we go, 10 to 20% chance area. And then specific for Watertown area, same thing, 10 to 20%. And then down in Sioux Falls area, much less, 5 to 10% chance of 1 inch or greater for Thursday. Let's take a look at the freezing rain. Now those are 24-hour totals, of course. So let's take a look at the freezing rain part of it. If we can zoom in here, and actually I need to make sure that you guys can see all that. There we go. All right, Sioux Falls. So let's take a look. We're looking at if I can get that to zoom correctly. Unfortunately, it probably won't. All right, let's take the greater risk. Okay, so Pierre, Crow Creek Reservation area, that's going to have a 50% chance, or 50 to 60% probability of freezing rain exceeding the depicted amount in the enclosed area. So that would be greater than 0.01. If we go to 0.10, you know, you can see that the map is clear. Let's go to 72-hour probability, so that way we can kind of see overall what we're expecting. Actually, let's go 48 hours. That'll give us the chances of the ice and all of that. We're not expecting a 1/10 of an inch of ice in any of these areas based on the 48-hour. Okay, let's go back to the snow now, and let's take a look at 48-hour totals. Okay, we're going to look at Friday and Saturday here. This is what you guys want to see, I'm sure. So greater than 2 inches, the probability is pretty low. Okay, and then of course, if you go to a 24-hour probability for the snow, you're going to get higher percentages because I'm looking at greater than 1 inch. If we go to the greater than 2 inches, that would be putting it 5%. Okay, that's only in 24-hour period. That's for Friday. If we take a look at Saturday, let me get that into play here. I apologize, guys. I'm zooming in and out, and I'm not watching where I'm at here, so that way you guys can see it all. We're taking a look at Sioux Falls for Friday. Looks good. Friday early, actually later in the day, I should say, the 06 is what they have. So later in the day, we start seeing a little bit of a transition over to the snow. But as you can see, right now, as of 8:47 this morning, the models are showing that it's not going to be a whole lot right there. But this has not been updated for, looks like 18Z is when it was updated. And yeah, let me take a look at something else here. I like this. Okay, 18Z. So that was, right now it's 1447Z. So that was a while ago. All right, so what we'll have to do is we'll have to keep an eye on that. I did want to, even though I dropped this forecast on some of the other sites that I'm on, I did want to drop this forecast as well to let you know kind of what we're expecting here for the next 7 days. As soon as I can get to that one. All right, so what we're expecting for the next 7 days, let's get that up there. All right, so a high of 51 today, and then 31. Of course, the transition over to snow likely tonight, and then kind of a mixture for overnight Thursday night. And then we'll get into the drizzle on Friday night. As we transition over to Saturday, it's kind of a rain-snow mix. Just a really messy situation. This is for Sioux Falls, and I did not put that up there, but let me put that up there. So this is for Sioux Falls for the next 7 days, what we're expecting. And then as you can see, we kind of make a turn as we get a little bit closer over to our Monday commute. We get a little bit better of a situation going on there. It's going to be mostly sunny and much better. I'm going to make a prediction here. I think this is our last winter event before we start transitioning over to severe thunderstorms and that type of thing. That's my prediction. I don't have anything official, but obviously Mother Nature has a mind of its own, so we'll see. But that's my wish, is this is the last winter event that our east side of the state at least is going to have. So I'm going to let you all go. You guys have a great day, and thank you for joining. Remember, you can always check us out on Facebook Live, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, any of those. As right now we are simulcasting on YouTube as well as Facebook. So I appreciate all the likes. Yeah, I'm sure you do like how I think. I appreciate that very much, Carrie. All right, I have to get to work, so you guys have a great day, and God bless you all. Stay safe. Make sure you slow down and leave plenty of distance between you and the person in front of you, because you can control your driving, but you can't control theirs. God bless.